All right, I'm going to turn off the music because the music's still going. We are live, though.
Are we really?
We are. We're live.
Did they hear the story about the embroidery?
No, they did not hear the story. I did not hit mute until after you were finished with your comments.
Oh, good.
Good morning, everybody. Everyone. I am not Josh.
Yes.
Josh is sick. He's been sick for a couple of days, and so he said, I don't know if I can. I said, it's okay. Joanne and I can handle this.
We can do this because we've done it before, and we're trained professionals.
We're trained professionals. And hopefully I won't yamber on too much.
Yeah, we could be done by 9:30.
See how this works out. But it's all good. So good morning. Good morning. This is...
So what's... No, wait a minute. Let me start.
She wasn't ready. I caught her off guard.
Cut open. So what's up? And here you are.
Here we are. And Monday mornings at 9 o'clock, this is what they do. It's normally Josh and Joanne. It's the J and J. Now it's T and J today.
Yeah, that has kind of a neat sound. So Tony and Joanne, and here we are to entertain you for the next, I don't know, 15, 20, 30, 45.
It could be really short. It's basically what we're saying. So good morning. Oh, Shar, that's all right. I noticed that before we came on. She said good morning to Joanne and Josh. And then she said, oops, Tony. That's good morning, everybody. So I'm not sure where to start. I don't have a sticky note, but I have a note page. And it's kind of full. But I asked Josh, I said, what do you want to talk about? What do you talk about? So officially, tomorrow is Surgery Month. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Oh, wow. I'm excited.
I did know that. Not that it makes any difference to me because I refuse to get a surgery.
Oh, I gotcha. No, I've got a surgery that's really old. I rarely use it except for making pillowcases. But there are so many people out there that love their sergers. There's so many people that are curious.
It is amazing to me. It's like embroidery like a year ago was the big thing. And now sergers seem to be the big thing.
You got to have it all.
That's right.
That's all it is to it. You got to have it all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. See everybody's on Instagram. Oh, we have people on Instagram too. Hey there, Tatiana. And look, Josh is on Instagram.
Ah.
Now we're being watched and we'll be a little self-conscious. But anyway, so yeah, April's coming up. It's Serger month, and Josh was talking about having some great serger bundles. So if you're interested and you want to learn more about serging, we have a serging event this weekend actually. So I want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and if you really get into the serging, you go to the event and you say, oh yes, this is for me, and you get a serger. Then we have the Serger Club, which just seems to be really cool.
Yeah, all about education, more education. We have serger clubs in both locations actually. We have the Serger Squad that meets this week, and we have the Serger Fan Club that meets here in Palm Coast. You got to make sure you say the names right.
Yeah, because it gets confusing.
It does get confusing. So that's what's coming up in April, but let's finish up March. Today's the last day of March. Believe it or not, the month has gone, 3 months have gone by fast. This week is crazy. We have lots of exciting events. We've actually created some extra space in a couple of them. So Thursday and Friday, we have our long arm event with Bernina. We're going to do free motion, couching, ruler work, all on a sit-down machine. And on a what's it called, the hoop frame for domestic machines. So you get to play on both different situations. We have 3 spots left for the Friday session, and if you want to be on Thursdays, put yourself on that wait list. You just go to cutupandsew.com and click on St. Augustine classes, and you'll see that there's a link there for the Quilt Lab presents the long arm playtime with Bernina.
And we have a special teacher coming in for
that,
right?
Yeah. Adam's so fun.
That's right. Adam's so fun. And if you don't know anything about him, go to YouTube, look up Adam's so fun, and you'll see some of his tutorials. And he's very good. And it should be a fun time because, he is so fun.
The name says it all. Make it easy. That's my name. It's so fun. So, but anyway, yeah, we have him. We have a celebrity. Basically, a celebrity's coming. So, pretty excited about that. We should have had him stay and do a trunk show on Thursday evening or something.
Oh, that would have been fun, huh?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not too late. I can always ask Josh.
That's right.
We can always ask. So, that's Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday we have our sip and tea. I can't do the hang. I do hang 10. How do you? Oh, there you go. I just drink tea like this, and I hold the cup. And you're not supposed to, but I do.
Well, we're not English.
Oh, good. I haven't. Well, I was born in England.
Oh, sorry.
So anyway, we are sip and surge. So kicking off April again with surgers in the mind. We have lots of serger classes in April, but this event is meant to kind of educate you on the different baby lock sergers that we carry, and see if the serger is a good fit for you. I think if you're an embroiderer, you need a serging machine, because if I saw those eyes get big. I love it. This is one of the reasons I got one, is because I used to serge on jeans. And when you cut up the outside seam, you want to serge it closed.
Oh, I see.
And pillowcases. So I think if you're an embroiderer, you need a serger personally. But that's just me. She's like, no. But anyway, the sip and surge was full. But this morning we added a couple more spots. So if you were contemplating, or if you were going to put yourself on the wait list, because we had a wait list person on there, and this morning I added them to the class, and we've got a couple more spots. So
and that's here?
That's here in Palm Coast. Yeah. Good call.
So that does gives a bigger classroom setting to be able to.
Correct. And we're going to have tea. Tamara's planning a little tea, and we're going to be all around tables, and it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. And if you don't know anything about Tamara and her tea parties, apparently this is something she does. And apparently, from what I hear, she has a garage full of things that she uses for the tea parties. So I am so sad that I will not be here, but it should be a really good time, and I'm hoping there'll be a ton of pictures so that I can experience it long distance.
Yep. I think we'll do some live videos too. I think
that'd be good.
So that is Saturday from 12 to 4 on so basically we're watching a live stream from Baby Lock with educators, again, all about educating you guys on the machines. And that starts at noon at 1, but we want y'all to come in at 12, because we're going to talk and let you demonstrate on the machines. And also we're going to do some contests. We want to see
make sure you dress like you're going to a tea party.
That's right, with gloves. I don't know, do you wear gloves or hats? Both.
Okay. But hats especially.
We should do a Kentucky Derby party. That'd be so much fun. That's at the end of April. Maybe that's not too late to set one up. I'm just saying.
I have a bowl with horses on it.
Put carrots in it. Just saying that there's quite a few comments. Good morning, everybody. Denise, I hope he feels better too. Yeah, he's not been feeling well for the last couple of days. So Josh is watching. See those eyeballs? Those are watching eyeballs. And Cindy says she can't wait for Saturday. I can't wait either. It'll be fun. And so just another note, Saturday Tula Club is going to be held by Zoom. So if you're in the Tula Club or you plan to come to Tula Club, don't. Go to our Facebook page. We have a private Facebook page, and I'll put a link in there for the Tula Club. And there is no EPP this month because this kind of trumped it. This kind of took over the classroom. I was kicked out. So sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Nancy says we're funny.
Oh my goodness.
We don't plan to be here all day.
She has a low bar. She?
Well, you've always said you wanted to go get that comedy club sign and stick it in the back.
I do.
We'll try. All right, so that's this weekend. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. So we do have openings in the long arm event and the sip and tea, sip and serger tea party. Oh, is that you? What's your phone? I'm like, what's that noise? Her phone's ringing.
Sorry.
That's all right. It caught me off guard.
Just ignore it.
So don't forget also this Sunday we are open. Now I know it's weird on a Sunday, right?
Is this because of the shop hop?
It is because of the shop hop. Bonus. So we'll be open noon to 4. And what I did, because I thought it was pretty smart. I don't know. Maybe it's not smart. Nobody might not sign up. I created a sit and sew on Sunday. So if you don't have any plans Sunday afternoon, the shop's open, classroom's open. Come on in.
You know, I go away for a week, and that's when you do all the
fun
stuff.
Sorry,
so it's
Joanne.
Just not fair.
I'll start putting you in on the marketing emails so you know what's going on next month, so you can plan your trip around us.
Yeah, I think I need to do that.
Oh, and Susan on YouTube said, thanks for opening spaces. Yes, Susan, because I emailed and took care of you this morning. She was one of the ones on the wait list, so I'm glad she can come now, too. And Nancy just say, I have a high bar. Okay. So Sunday is our shop hop opening. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about some shop hop-ish things. Like this new fabric we got. I don't have any passport magazines. They're all gone here.
They're all gone, but they're still up in St. Augustine.
There's still some up in St. Augustine. And on the back side of your magazine is this new fabric line we just got in. We got it all in because Josh loved it. And he said, I want it all. So we said, okay. They said, okay, we'll give it to you.
I'm sure they didn't protest.
I'm sure they didn't protest.
And here it is back behind it. The panels are back behind us. And I don't know, I've been looking for a panel for a long time that has these nice little squares that you can do a nice size quilt. You can make stars or churn dash or do all kinds of, people are much more creative than I am, but there's all kinds of things you can do with all those blocks. It's really cool.
So it's really cool. There's 2 colorways. So this is the silver colorway. Well, this is what I'm calling it. To me, it's silver-ish. So this is the silver colorway. We have it here in Palm Coast. And we have the blue colorway, which is a bright blue. I wish we had something to show a little piece of it.
Yeah, because it's a gorgeous blue.
Gorgeous blue. These are all by Quilting Treasure Fabric. So they're all digitally printed. So they have a nice quality to them. They have a nice feel to them. And we have a couple kits. Oh, I forgot about this. We got some more binders in. If you were looking for a binder to hold all your postcard patterns you collect at shops, we have a couple more in. We have, I think, 3 here and 5 or 6 up in St. Augustine. So if you want them, we still got them. They will go fast. Well, now that I've said that out loud, they'll go whoosh, gone. If you want to stand in front of the camera and show the stuff. So I want them to see this. This is the kit we have. And we only have 3 of this kit, but it's all the fabric. And you see that bright.
And you can see that blue here.
Pull it just a little bit closer. There you go.
Okay.
I love it.
That blue is just gorgeous, and it goes so beautifully with the rest of the panel.
I don't want to open up it too much, but that's the blue.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And unfortunately, we don't have that anymore on the bolt. That was one of the first fabrics that of the colors that went out.
We need to get more.
I know. I don't know if he can reorder it. Josh, we need more of that blue. So these 2 that I have on top, I put them, these are things we had part of the Shop Hop blender line. They work great. Here, let's do it like this so they can see how it looks right here.
It's nice because this one, if you can't appreciate it, it has kind of some gray in it or silver. And so it just really blends really nicely with the fabrics that are here.
And that one has a little bit of blue in it. But you can see it when I pulled this fabric, it needed like a medium or a dark to play with. So that's why I pulled these blenders out so you could add some more depth to your project. So now we first got the waves.
Just kind of black or silver.
Charcoal, maybe?
Charcoal.
I didn't know what to call it. I just went with silver.
Just really pretty.
Because it's sparkly. I like it.
And, you know, if you like black and white, this is a great line for you. And sticking with the nautical theme here, we have boats and no anchors, but the steering wheel, what is that called?
The steering wheel?
Okay.
I will go with that. I don't know what it's called. And then it's got like a mariner's compass kind of
right up here.
sign.
Lots of little designs of boats here. Lots of little designs in here. Pretty neat.
I love octopus. I love octopus. Octopi, octopuses, both of them are correct, by the way.
They're very octopus looking.
They are. It's got a period feel to it.
It
So
almost has a, you know, that steampunk fabric that came out. It has that feel to me. Next,
we have turtles.
These are really pretty.
And different. So I know so many people that collect turtle fabric.
Yeah.
It's really different. And then we have, I don't know what you want to call them, snapshots.
Yeah, that's a good name for it. So all kinds of different, I love how they're kind of just like they're tossed on there and just kind of thrown on the fabric, and you see all sorts of different things at different angles. I really like that.
Stand right there. I'm going to hand you patterns. So one of the other things when I like to show fabrics, I like to give you ideas because the fabric's gorgeous. You're sitting there thinking,
what do we do with it?
I want to go with it. We have a couple patterns that I pulled out that I thought would be a good fit for this fabric. So this is cubby holes because it's got the spot for the panel, and the panel is a yard panel. It's not a three quarters of a yard. So you need a bigger pattern that'll work. This one will work too.
And this one will, you know, help you if you want to use both of those panels.
Totally.
You put the smaller squares around the outside, and you kind of see some ideas for that. Wow. Okay.
Well, again, it's all about using the fabric. That's in the pictures. Sometimes don't help you visualize.
You know, just recently I made a quilt that I would never have made it if I just saw the pattern. I thought the pattern was horrible.
Well, and I think that happens a lot with patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have pattern suggestions for you as well if you're interested in this line. Like I said, the blue colorway is up in St. Augustine. And then the silver gray colorway is down here in Palm Coast. But you can always find it online too. And when I walked in this morning, we already had an order for it. So guess what? It's going to go pretty fast. And there was an order for the silver colorway because I think, we think we're the only shop that has it. So that's even better. We're excited. We're excited.
It's always fun when we're the only ones.
That's right. I like to be exclusive.
That's right.
We're spatial. Char thinks we're funny too. You want a blue kit? We'll be in today. Joyce, make sure you want the kit that we just showed. It's here in Palm Coast. The one in St. Augustine is actually all blue. And I don't know what the accent color is in that one. But so if you want the kit we just showed you, we have them here today. We have 3 of them left. Make sure I haven't missed anybody. I'm glad we are humoring you guys this morning. Please don't spit your coffee all over your car, wherever you're going. Just
because
enjoy.
we're so funny.
We're so funny. We are not here all day either. So I've got more stuff to share, but now I think it's your time. And
okay.
It's the last Monday of the month. So that means there's something super special that Joanne will be showing. Oops. Nope. I was changing the camera so they could see. Oh, you even have it set up properly. I'm so proud.
We can hope. Okay, so today, and interestingly enough, somebody asked about this on the last block of the month. We have flying geese.
Oh yeah,
and flying geese. I I like flying geese. I enjoy making them. They're fun. There's a couple of different ways to make them. But I get a lot of people saying, I can't make flying geese for anything I've tried, and they never turn out, and this, that, and the other thing. And I've never seen how they make them. But hopefully, if you're one of those people, or if you're just starting out, hopefully I can give you some ideas on how to make them, get them accurate. And accurate for me is when you have when your point, the point of your flying geese comes right to the top, and the points on the edges come right to the edge. Now you can see I kind of didn't quite make it there, but
we're not perfect.
We're not perfect, and nothing of mine will ever be perfect. So you're in good company if they're not coming out well. But I do like to try and make sure that they're as good as possible. So for this particular block, and this is the block for this month, and you can see that what happens here is these flying geese sort of make a circle around the center. And you could, and what it is it is actually a couple of 4 patches, essentially. So here is a 4 patch right here. And then you make 4 of them, and they're all made exactly the same. And once you make them, you put them together, and then you have another 4 patch. So you can start out by thinking, this is going to be really easy. We'll see. Okay, so in order to make this, you need 8 2.5-inch squares. 8 2.5-inch squares like this. You need 4 of your background. And I'll tell you, if you need to make sure you have a good amount of contrast with your background and your whatever you're going to use for your larger squares. Otherwise, you will not see this circle. So you'll need 4 background rectangles that are 2.5 by 4.5. and 2 4.5 by 4.5 squares, and that's right here, 2.5. So in order to make
this is awesome, just so you know. It's great.
In order to make these, you're going to start out by taking your rectangle. Here's your rectangle. I'll put it here where you can see it. And you're going to put on top of that a 2.5-inch square, and you're going to put it in the corner. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure it's placed there so it's exactly on top. Now, when you make flying geese in this particular method, you're not going to have any trimming down. You're not going to have room to fudge, but you shouldn't need it. This should come out perfectly the way it is. Now, I recently taught this to a group of women who were making this instead of using 2.5 by 4.5, they were making it 3 inches for the length and 1.5 for the height, and every one of them turned out perfectly. So I'm not concerned about this coming out well. So what you're going to do is you're going to start sewing right here at the corner, and you're going to sew from here to here. Now you can do a couple of different things. You can draw a line from corner to corner and sew directly on that line. Another thing you can do is you can take a piece of what I call tiger tape. And what you do is you line that red line up with the needle, and you just you start your block here so that it starts right on the line, and you just follow that all the way through. Now, let's say you don't have any tiger tape and it's hard to find also. So what you can do is you can make your own, and you take a piece of painter tape and you draw, this is a 1-inch paper painter's tape. So I drew a line at the 1/2-inch mark that was straight, and you line that line up with your needle. And then you, once again, you just follow along. You start here, and you start with the first point right on the line. And then you just keep that back line following right along the whole time it goes through, and it comes out perfectly. It'll come out nice and straight. So, and the other thing you can do is if you have a foot like this, I really like this foot because it has this red line here, and that helps me
Pull it up a little bit to the camera. There you go.
So it has this red line here, and it keeps I keep that red line right on the corner so that I know I'm getting the same in the same place. And there's other feet that will do the same thing. Anything that has sort of a line in the center will work doing the same thing if that makes it easier for you. So we'll put these aside. So you start out by sewing that line from here to here, and then you're going to press it open. Now, one of the things that you're looking for when you press it open is you want to make sure that where the two colors come together, they're right at the point. So that you can see that right there, it's right in the corner. The two colors come together right in the corner. And that's very important. So that that's one of the things that you want to do in order to make sure you have accurate seams. So you're going to do that. Once you do that, you're going to trim away. What this?
You took over.
I do it. You're going to put your 1/4 inch line of your ruler right on the sewing line, and you'll cut right across. And normally you'll have a blade that actually works, so you won't have to go over and over it again, but that was a little dull. Sorry. So you have it like this, and you press it out. You press it towards the smaller triangle, just like this. Okay. And then you're going to take the other square, and you're going to put it right on top. And you're going to do the very same thing again. I like to start from this corner here and go across. Now, I will tell you that a lot of times when you start at that corner, the sewing machine will mash that little corner into inside, and you get this little rat's nest on the back, and it's a mess. One of the things that you can avoid that, if your sewing machine does that sort of thing, just cut and make that end flat. And then your sewing machine will not be as likely to mash that down. It doesn't like that point, but it doesn't mind the flat side. So once you've done that, you're going to open it up just like you did with the other one, and you're going to press it and trim it away. So there we have all of those. So now you have this. Well, no, now you have this. Once again, the seams are all pressed towards the smaller triangle, and you're going to sew them together. And you'll sew them together like so. Now, in the block, for each block, you're going to need 4 of your flying geese. When you sew it together, you want to make sure the ends come right to the end. You want to make sure the ends meet like this. And when you're sewing, let's say you're sewing along and you realize that this is not quite at the 1/4 inch mark. Maybe it's a little short, maybe it's a little long. You can cheat. You just sew along, and you aim your needle for just below that that's where the two lines come together, and then finish sewing across at the 1/4 inch line. I'm sure Tony is cringing at this point.
No, I'm saying no, I agree. I'm all about manipulation.
That's right. So anyway, you sew right across, you press it open, you press it so that I always press flying geese with the seam going towards the center, the larger triangle. Sometimes what will happen if you press it in the other direction, it will pucker. You'll get a little puckering here. So there really is no perfect way to press these, and this is what I've come close enough to. So now you can see I probably did cheat a little bit. I do have a nice little point here. I've sewn it onto the 4x4 square, and I have the other two going like this and sewing those two together. And there's my block. So you'll make 4 of these. You can make them in different colors. You can see with this one here, I varied it with 4 different blues, 2 lights, 2 darks, going across from each other. So you have a little bit of difference. There's something to add a little bit of texture and interest to the block. It's a very large block, so anything you can do to make it more interesting is a good idea. You've got a nice big square here, so if you're into applique or something, you could always applique something right in here as well. I think that's about it. The when you sew these two pieces together, you want to press your seams open, just because it, once again, no perfect way of pressing this. I found pressing them open was the best way. Probably pressing the center seam open is a good idea too, although I didn't do it there. Okay, so now I know that half of you out there are saying, well, what about that other little piece of those little triangles? Look at all that fabric you're wasting, because we have these little things. Well, you'll notice that if I open this up, I actually have a little half square triangle. So, as an added bonus, when you trim away your pieces, and you have this little piece like this, after you've trimmed off the edges, you can take these little half square triangles and just kind of feed them through your machine along the long edge here. And then you'll have half square triangles. Now let's say you actually want to do something with those half square triangles. These half square triangles will make nice little pinwheels.
Perfect for all the borders.
That's right. So you have, these can go in your borders. They can be fillers. If you're doing the block of the month, I'm sure there'll be places where a nice little filler will be great. And so you have these nice little borders. I mean, these nice little half square triangles to use to fill things in, or you can just do a little row of pinwheels, which would be really cute too.
Very cute. They're small.
And they're small. I'm sorry. This was made for those people like me who like small things. These squares end up being 2.5-inch square, unless you make it smaller.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. I liked it because you had done this last week with a bunch of tulle, and it wasn't creating that motion. Like that block creates that really neat, like a circle of flying geese or something. Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you. Oh, wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. That's right. And trimming, one of the important things about trimming your flying geese is that that's where one of the most critical things in making the flying geese, so that when you finish making the individual flying geese unit like this, you need to make sure that two things are happening. One, which I already mentioned, that these two colors are coming together right in the corners, and that this up here, you have 1/4 of an inch. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. One of my favorite ways of doing that is with block lock. And block lock gives you the perfect flying geese. And what you do with the block lock is you put your block down like this. It has grooves here, and you slide them in here, and you trim around it. It gives you the perfect flying geese unit and the perfect unit. Now, there's a couple of problems with block lock. As perfect as they are, they're very expensive. They're very hard to find. And pretty much you really need, for whatever size you're going to make, you need that size. So, if you like the 1.5 by 3, then you need the block lock that's that size. And they have them in all those different sizes. But once again, you're buying more and more and more that are extremely expensive. So I have a different way that's not as expensive, and you can get right here in this store.
We also carry the flying geese ruler from Creative Grids.
That's right. There are rulers, and I like to keep my rulers as minimal as possible because I can never find whatever the special one is. So this is also a Creative Grids ruler, and it is made so that they have lines that meet right here in the corner. It starts on the outside, goes right up to the corner here, and it forms that right at the 1/4 inch line there. It has this little X. So you take your flying geese unit like this, you line the lines up, line all the lines up, and you make sure that 1/4 inch is right where the two fabrics come together, and then you trim. I always trim this portion first because that's the most important one. That's where you want to see that nice point at the top. And so the only ruler maker I've ever seen that makes them with this line right here that is so perfect is Creative Grids.
And that's an 8.5 by 4.5. It's one of my
Mhm.
favorite rulers.
Yes.
I can tell yours is well loved as well.
Yes.
I have 2 or 3.
Yeah, I have several as well. And I travel with them. I let people use them. they get lost. But this is like one of the best rulers. It's nice. It's big enough to be able to use for a variety of different blocks, but it's small enough that you're not having to maneuver around a big ruler to make small blocks like this.
Correct. Wow. Are you gonna post all this information in the
I'm gonna do my best.
all right. Oops, wrong thing. Go back here. There we are. So this is the 3rd block in this series that Joanne's been doing. Last Monday of the month, she does block of the month, and this is your block of the month. I can't wait to see everybody's block. Join our cutting group, the cutting crew in Facebook, and post your pictures if you've been playing with along and doing these. I know a couple people have. It's kind of fun.
I've seen them, and they're it's so neat. It's very motivating for me when I see those pictures. I'm like, oh, I guess I better.
You're doing it right. You're doing great. It's kind of a challenge to teach people, virtually when you don't have them like one hand in hand. So, Denise, Shar, and Sam loved your tip about cutting a corner off. That's a great idea. I've never done that. I just do a leader ender, but that's a great idea.
Yeah,
too.
the leader enders work too. But sometimes I just
habits.
Yeah,
and that's a cool one. I like that one. And then Denise says Joanne has lots of patience to allow this detailed work. You have lots of patience, and all her tips are handy and work. But I cheated by using my AccuQuilt pop die. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You invested in it, Denise. Use what you got.
Absolutely. There are a lot of things out there. There's the AccuQuilt that gives you nice, perfect cuts, and with the AccuQuilt, they've cut the angle for you, so you know it's going to come together.
And they've got the edges too, so when you put it in the machine, it's not going to get chomped up.
That's right. And then for those of you who like the strip cutter, the strip cutter will cut a lot of this for you as well, which makes things easier. So there's a lot of ways to do this, but if you happen to be mechanically deprived of all these things,
that's a good way of putting it. Mechanically deprived.
Let your husband know, or
you can fix that.
That's right. But if you don't have all those tools, these are the things. And whether you've got those tools or not, the important things are 1/4 inch at the top, points coming to the corners.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yep. Just like you would do in a half square triangle. So, thank you very much. All right. Do we have any questions? Glad to have a Monday morning motivation. I'm glad you're motivated there, Peggy. We're here to help you be motivated.
That's right.
That's right. Once a month. We only ask it once a month. We only do block a month once a month. So let's talk about a couple of things. And we'll wrap this up again. Maybe we are taking a little time today, so maybe we just need to slow down or speed up. Anyway, so we have our staff picks of the week. We've been doing this all the month of March. We're super excited because it's been a lot of fun. And then we're going to change it from notions to fabric in the coming month. But this week we have 2 things. Wait, there's only one because the other one's up in St. Augustine. And we got to figure out how to bring that in. But Farron's pick of the week up there in St. Augustine is a Steady Betty Pedal Betty.
Oh, to put under your pedal.
Yeah, but say it 3 times fast. I challenge you. But yeah, it's like a little rubber mat that you put your foot pedal on so it doesn't slide under the table and go away from your foot. So it's kind of cool. And then I picked a thread dome. So there's so many notions. I could pick a whole bunch. Do you know what a thread dome is? And you're a hand sewer. You're a hand stitcher.
This is for hand sewing, isn't it?
I have hand stitching thing. So I'm going to demonstrate it. So I'm going to actually do this because I think, I love this tool. I do EPP and I've done applique and I do binding. And then originally I think this was designed for cross stitchers, but this is a Clover product. I'm going to stand on that side. You can come over here and look. Okay, maybe not. You come over and stand in front of the camera so they can see you. So what this is, okay, there we go.
I'm here so that you know that we're still here.
It is a plastic top that spins off. And it holds needles that have thread on them and it clicks. So what's really cool about it, and this is why I like it, is you can prepare your threads for travel. Did you just see I pulled out about 12 inches, okay, maybe 18 inches of thread that was neatly wrapped in this tool. So what you do, let me find an open spot. There's 10 little slots. You're going to stick your needle in. There we go, needle in. You're going to put the thread down in this little, there's a little opening in the plastic. And then use your thumb, and well, this is what I do. I use my thumb and I just rotate it in.
So when you put in a thread and you start turning it, it doesn't get knotted up with the other thread.
No, that's what's really cool about this. So you can have 10 different needles all threaded.
Mm-hmm.
And when you want to go to a different needle, you just pull it out. And voila.
That is really cool.
I think it's very cool. I actually, because I do EPP, I have several, and they're all in the projects that they go in.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I just got that one. Okay. But it's perfect for travel, and that is my staff pick of the week.
Can you take those on an airplane if they have
Sure
needles
can.
in them?
Yeah. Sure, you can take needles on the airplane.
You can?
Yes. I
haven't
do
floated a long
EPP on the
time.
airplane.
Okay.
You're flying here in a couple days.
I know it's going to take my computer.
Oh, okay. That works too. That works too. So that's my pick of the week. So our picks of the week are 20% off, and they are available online and in store. And if we don't have them in store or online, call us and we will we'll order it for you and we'll give you the discount price. That is through the whole week. So we've got the thread dome here in Palm Coast. Well, thread dome, if they have it there, I don't know if they have it in St. Augustine. If they don't, we can still order it. And the Steady Betty pedal Betty. It's a mouthful. We don't have those here. So they're on St. Augustine. But again, if you go to our website or purchase it online, we can bring it down and you can pick it up from here. So, whew.
2 good ideas.
I think so. We love tools. We love tools. That's why we have so many. We have a variety between the two stores. So it's kind of cool. All right. And then the other thing we need is a code word for this week. Today's the last day of the month. Tomorrow we'll pull out all the tickets from both locations, from the Cash Pig and the Cash Cow. And Josh will, you won't be here next week. Josh has got a special guest next week. For the cash drawing for the $25. So what you thinking?
Because no, you're right. I was thinking this was the first, but it's not.
No. So next week we have a special guest coming in talking about a product, and then Joanne's gonna go and see her grandbabies. I'm so excited for her.
And I'm so excited.
So excited. Anyway, the code word for this week is tea.
Because of the tea party. So remember, tea party that you want to come to, and the code word is tea.
There you go. Perfect. And what's that mean? You get an extra ticket if you pay with cash at either location. If you say this secret code word, you normally get 1 ticket for the Cash Pig or Cash Cow, and but you can get 2 if you purchase this, and it could be like a $1 item. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a few $1 items, not a lot.
I was going to say,
not a lot, but we have them.
You have to look really hard.
We can go in with a friend, say, hey, get this for me, cash. So, all right. That is all I have. I know he wants to do a recap. I'll do a recap. So don't forget, we have Thursday and Friday, we have the long arm event with Bernina with Adam So Fun. He will be here teaching you about free motion, ruler work, couching. I think that was it. Was there something else? No, I think that was it. And it'll either be a sit-down machine or a frame. I'm so not in practice. And then don't forget, Saturday, we do have some open spots available for the Sip and Surge Tea Party event. And then we are open Sunday from 12 to 4. You guys have a great week. We hope to see you sometime, and live to create.
Now, did you know that the most creative people, and there's two groups of people who as a whole are the most creative people? Do you know who they are? One of them is kindergarten teachers and the other one is kindergartners. So if you're having trouble with the creativity thing, just channel your inner kindergartner and live to create.
That's awesome. You guys have a great one.
Bye. Okay.